Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. My name is Starrapter, and welcome back to the channel. This is my spoiler-free review for Star Wars: A Test of Courage, written by Justina Ireland. This is part of the High Republic. I do want to thank everybody over at Disney and Lucasfilm for sending me this advanced review copy. This book will be out alongside of Light of the Jedi by Charles Soule on January 5th to kick off the High Republic era. This will be listed in the description down below with its Amazon page, so you can pre-order there or wherever books are sold. So let's get into it. The High Republic, if you are not familiar, a brand new era of Star Wars storytelling told in the publishing between the comics and the books. Yes, we have a brand new era that wasn't even touched in Legends or the Expanded Universe. This is 200 years before the Phantom Menace. We have the Jedi and we have the Republic at their absolute height. There's peace in the galaxy. There isn't even really a need for much of a strong military for the Republic. They are building the Starlight Beacon, which is going to basically be this beacon of hope throughout the Outer Rim, which is, starting to be colonized a little bit heavier. This will be an outpost for the Jedi Knights. It's also sort of an embassy for people to meet at, so it's a great work of the Chancellor, and that is really one of the biggest stories going into the High Republic. So, unlike Light of the Jedi, which is really a galaxy-spanning adventure with so many different characters and perspectives, we have this story written by Justina Ireland, A Test of Courage, which really focuses on these characters and follows their journey in this very cool adventure. So we follow 4 characters. We have Avon Starros, who is a daughter of a Republic senator. She is out just kind of living her life, getting experience in the outer world, and she is, related to Sana Starros from the Star Wars comics, so cool little connection there. We also have Vernestra Rwoh, who is a Jedi Knight at the age of 16, one of the youngest Jedi Knights to ever exist. We also have Imri, who is a Jedi Padawan finding his way, and we also have Honesty, who is the son of a Dalnan ambassador, and that is basically our main cast. We also have J6, who is a droid, and basically the story sets off where all these kids are going to go on a ship that is going to take them to the opening of the Starlight Beacon. Unfortunately, things go wrong and they end up on this moon having to survive. So the crux of the story really is having these characters get along and really develop as young adults to get past these problems that present themselves on this moon. So getting into things I enjoyed about A Test of Courage. And first off, we are seeing here, guys, what the High Republic is all about. Setting things in an era that hasn't been explored with all new characters, with all new places, technology. This is where the authors and the writers are going to shine. If you guys have, seen my review for Light of the Jedi, I praised that book, and I'm going to do a lot of praising with this story as well, because we get to see Justina Ireland really flesh out these characters more so than she's done in her prior works and for a lot of the other middle grade novels, if you ask me, because this felt more like an adventure that was really, really important and really grand in the scheme of things for the High Republic. It didn't feel like I was reading something that was skewed for a younger audience. I'm 30 and I was enjoying the heck out of this book, page turner, because we don't know the fates of these characters. We get to see Justina Ireland really flesh these characters out, give personality, give them character arcs, and it's also connected in the High Republic. So as somebody who has read Light of the Jedi, I'm seeing all these characters, I'm seeing these events, I'm seeing things running concurrently throughout. So it really does feel like that Marvel Cinematic Universe feel in the Star Wars publishing realm. I like the realism in this story and how dark it was. Again, for a middle grade novel, there are some serious plot points that the characters were dealing with, such as loss. Things like that, where these characters have to live past their older selves and grow. And that to me shows so much character development in each and every one of these characters. You have a Jedi that is not feeling sure of himself, has loss, dealing with things like anger, which is something that I didn't expect from a book like this. You have Vernestra Rwoh, who is a character who is a Jedi Knight at the age of 16, and somehow she has to not only live through sort of adolescence, but has to be a leader in regards to these kids that are all trapped on this moon and has to get past that. We have Avon Starros, who is dealing with a past with her mother, and there's some tension there, and things are unraveling. And Honesty, who is basically from this warrior culture of a planet, and he is at the stage where he needs to pick a path, and that's when he ends up off planet. and is still trying to find his way and trying to deal with anger issues. So all these characters have something that they're dealing with. Seeing the Jedi, seeing especially Vernestra Rwoh and Imri, especially Imri, and of course this is spoiler free, so I can't go into too much detail here, but seeing a journey that Imri goes on, it really just mirrors stuff that we've seen in the movies, but kind of magnifies it and puts it in a different lens because he's in a different environment. I will say that the cool technology in here, there is a light whip lightsaber. So things like that, where Justina is basically adding more lore to all of Star Wars. And the epicness, I mean, I will say the journey from start to beginning was great. And by the time you get to the end, those last like 30, 40 pages, I was hooked. I could not go to sleep. I had to finish the story. And it just reminded me of sort of like the climax of a Star Wars movie. Like the grand scheme of things, the epicness, the stakes were high. I will say, as far as negatives, yeah, the villains could have been more imposing. I think the villains could have been in the story a little bit more, judging by what their background is. I expected a little bit more of the villains. I think the pacing was okay. Could have been a little bit better. I could have seen a little bit more action towards the middle of this book. And honestly, there is some things with the names that bothered me a little bit. There is a character named Douglas, and I just feel like that is a little bit too Earth sounding for me in Star Wars. Also, there's another character, as I mentioned, his name was Honesty. I just that didn't rub me the wrong way. But again, those are just nitpicks, because overall, I really enjoyed A Test of Courage. I got to give it an 8.5 out of 10. This is by far the best middle grade Star Wars novel yet. I think this is easily Justina Ireland's best work, and I'm looking forward to see what else she writes in Star Wars: The High Republic. As far as reading order, I will say you should probably go ahead and read Light of the Jedi first, because you're going to get a lot more context for the villains, for the places and whatnot in his book, in Charles Soule's book. But that being said, you can still go up and pick up this one without having read that as well, and still get a lot of enjoyment out of this. So far, 2 for 2 for the High Republic. This is an era that I think every Star Wars fan's going to enjoy, because it just brings so much to the table, from the lore, from the behaviors of the characters, from just the different personalities of the characters and the technology. This is truly something that I know they've been working hard on for the last 2 years, and it has paid off. And I'm just so excited to just get more engrossed in the High Republic. This is just the beginning. For those of you that are watching content on my channel, I've talked a lot about the High Republic. I will have my review of Into the Dark by Claudia Gray up very soon, so make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already for more High Republic content. That's going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. We are all the Republic. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.